told you so. We told you what would happen, and you didn't listen to us, but hey, you got what you wanted. You got involved. You stuck your nose in somebody else's business that doesn't belong to us. Kind of like eavesdropping in conversation. Not really cool. Bad, you shouldn't do it. But Biden's doing it. Biden wanted to do it with Ukraine. Hell, we sent thousands of frickin' alleged old German tanks over to Ukraine. And they have all of that shit over there now. What happens if Ukraine starts doing that shit to us? What's up, Barry?
Not much, buddy. How's it going?
Going good, man. What is your thought on this? Go ahead. Have the floor.
I think there's two kinds of people in the world. There's good people and there's Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think about it. What about you?
I think that you're right. There are good people and then there are bad people. Not all bad Muslims. But, Muslims are not all bad. But the ones
name me a good one. Name me a good one.
I mean, look at the people in America. The Muslims in America right now.
We got all the good ones. We got all the good ones. We need to just make hummus a glass field.
I think that if we get involved, then what is it worth, though?
It's worth not dealing with this damn hummus no more.
Probably. But what about lives that will be lost due to this?
What'd you say? I had to spit.
What about the people that are going to end up being dead because of this?
Let God sort them out.
I mean, hey, that's your opinion, but would you rather be forced to serve your country under the Biden regime or under a Trump regime?
Well, no, I figure I'd rather have Trump because he won't make me stand next to no sissy boy trannies.
Right. I agree, yes. There's a lot of them out there, and Barry brought up a good point. He's talking about the wokeness in the army, or the military, of all sorts. And you're right, Barry. There is a lot of that shit going on in our military. We do need to get that gone and get rid of it. I do agree that a lot of the trans community in our military should not represent our military. Yes, they are sissy boys. Yes, they really don't need to fight.
Well,
but at the end,
I think they're there because Biden's secretly one of them. I think he takes hormones.
Brother, I cannot disagree with you. I cannot disagree with you.
I think that Kamala is on the man hormones.
What do you think about Michelle Obama? I mean, there's a lot of talk of Michelle being Michael.
You mean Michael? Yeah, that's Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Sorry, Michael.
He's always been Michael to me. Show me the birth certificate.
Yeah. Right? Where's the birth certificate? And that's sad because I've never seen a birth certificate. I've asked a lot of Democrats that.
And I couldn't read Kenyan if he even showed it to me.
No, but hell, I mean, even if you tried, how do you know it's a real birth certificate, not faked up?
That is true.
They can fake this shit, dude. There's Democrats, if they
fake everything.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, what about Jeffrey Epstein's death? I think that
I think he's alive and well in Israel.
Exactly. Probably. But here's the biggest question.
Let me ask you this. While we're out here defending them, what do you think about what the Jews did to Alex Jones?
I mean, look.
No, brother. If you want to talk about all this stuff, we can't be afraid of the tough subjects.
No, I'm just saying, look, they have a right to be angry with him, but what they did, yeah, probably was wrong. But in my
It was
opinion,
wrong. It was wrong. It was very wrong.
Knowing Alex Jones, he brings up a lot of tough, really hard topics, and we know that he's going to piss off a lot of people. So we know how pissed off people will get with him. Look at Kanye. He freaking says, I don't hate the Nazis. I love them. Okay, that's a little, I get supposedly trying to come into a Christian point of view.
Yeah, and you got to tap dance around this shit on YouTube a little bit too.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, let's just say he allegedly said he loved the Nazis.
Yeah. You know, I think me and you agree on a lot of things there, Romeo.
And I do. I agree with a lot of things.
You know why I think we agree so much, Romeo? Because I'm doing my best impression of a fucking moron that I can, and you are just a complete retard.
Well, I'm happy you think that you are.
I mean, I know you are the biggest fucking moron, dude.
Show me where I'm wrong, then. Prove to me that I'm wrong. Because you do realize a lot of that shit that you're saying kind of isn't. I'm basically not really agreeing with you. I'm tap dancing around it. So you're kind of making yourself look narrow-minded, which is even funnier.
Okay, buddy.
Everything you said is wrong.
So where's your boyfriend Scott Hump?
So if you want to talk about like the Jews allegedly doing something to Alex Jones, look, you can't blame the Jews for that shit, can you? Can you blame really the Jews for all of that shit? Can you blame majority of the people that are Jewish for everything? No. See, that's just the thing, is that they really don't have a lot to be blamed for. They didn't do it. They didn't do all the bad shit they did. A lot of the Jews, yes, they run somewhat their country and certain things, but they really don't run our society. That's the saddest thing. They don't run our society. I've never, ever have seen there's a lot of Jews out there, right? They're all amongst us, but it doesn't mean that they're running our country. What would make the Jewish people have the ability to run our country, and why would they want to run our country? Why would they want to run our country? Because, what? Their greed, their power, their hunger? It's stupid. They can't run our country. Because our country isn't going to allow them to run. Our government isn't going to allow them to run our country. Because, God forbid, if that happens, then our government basically is going to have a conniption fit. If they don't like the Jews, they rather stand with Hamas more than the Jews, right? They would rather agree with Hamas more than the Jewish faith. And that's sad. So if they want to run our country, doesn't that seem kind of odd that they're really technically not? It's not the Jews running our country. It's our own government. It's our own anti-government running our country. If our own government was all for the Jews, why aren't they, instead of standing back and saying, wait a minute. Hamas attacked Israel, and okay, so this makes sense now. They would stand with the Jews. They wouldn't go against them. They would stand for them. Right? So that does make sense too, as why would they go against them if supposedly they're all in the same freaking boat in our government? See? Obviously, people don't realize that. That's what a lot of people don't understand about the Jews, is that they don't run our country. They don't run our government. They've never done that ever. They don't run our government because they're not all 100% in government. There are some people that are Jewish, yes, that are in probably our governments, but they don't really control the government as much as you think they do. So, Barry, I know you're probably very, simple-minded, but take notes. If you think that all the Jews are running our government, then, man, you are 100% needing to look at and look around you at what's going on. They're not running our government. They're not doing what you think they're doing. The Jews didn't stop Alex Jones. Alex Jones got canceled, allegedly, because the liberals 100% wanted him canceled because they didn't like what he said. They don't like the fact that he's talking about it. I mean, Alex Jones has talked about this shit a long time ago with a lot of people. And a lot of people don't want to listen to Alex Jones. Exactly. Money, money, money. That's all they're after. That's all the left want is money, money, money. Yes, capitalists do want money, but guess what? They're not greedy. They're willing to share. They're willing to share their piece of the pie. The radical left want to share the piece of the pie. The Jews are willing to share whatever they have, but it's got to be fair for them. It's like if you trade somebody a candy bar for whatever they have and they only give you raisins. That's not a good trade. I mean, yeah, raisins are good and healthy, but for a candy bar, like a Mr. Beast bar, you got to do a better trade. Unless you're really desperate for raisins. Unless you're really desperate to do that worst trade-off, then, yeah, you're done. You're not going to, yeah, it's no bueno. No bueno. The Jews want to have a good trade. They want to have the equal opportunities that we all have. But our socialist government is like, nope. We're going to give you the raisins and we take the candy bar. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. Is that really a fair trade? Is that really a fair trade? A candy bar for raisins. You're not giving me much of anything here. And a lot of the Jews are being untreated well by people because the Jews are getting stuff taken away from them that they should have. They should have a fair trade. It should be equal. So what doesn't matter is, let me ask you this. Would it be fair for you if somebody said, I'll give you my raisins for your candy bar? Would you trade that? You'd probably look at me and say, hell no. I would not do it. Unless you really loved raisins and you had a reason to do it, probably not. You would want a fair, better trade-off. Your trade-off is more than anything going to be unfair. And you're going to get the worst end of the stick. So think about it. How are you going to call that a fair down the middle trade? It's not. You want to make the fair trade. You want to be able to have a fair trade. I know, Ledge, that was kind of my whole point in that pun. But you got to look at it this way, too, as well. That they're getting shit on because people want to stomp over them. They just want to be stomped on. That's not what the Jews want. The Jews don't want to be stomped on, but people want to stomp on the Jews, and they're allowing it. We're allowing it. So why continue? At this point, you might as well just say, all right, take the trade, and you're going to get screwed. They don't. The Jews don't want to be stomped on. They are trying not to be. They are trying to literally have equal opportunities. They're opportunists, if you will. They want opportunity that will be good for them. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. They're capitalists. Some of the Jews here are capitalists. They want to have capitalism. That's it. But Hamas is saying, no, we don't want that. Probably because they knew something was going to happen. I don't know. I don't know why, Simplicits. I don't know why, man. I don't know why. I can't answer you why, dude. You got to figure that out. Do some research. It's there. There's reasons, I'm sure. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to go eat my lunch, and I'll come back. Love you guys.